stampers and crafters. This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. And I am sorry I'm here on a Tuesday when it should be Wednesday, but I've had 2 more appointments being applied to my schedule, and I have 4 things going on tomorrow and no time for recording. So this is recording a day before Wednesday, which Wednesday is Hump Day Sketches. So I'm bringing to you this sketch, and this sketch has been brought to us by the BTC, which is Beyond the Challenge, which is a group that I belong to. Now, I did this just a little bit different, and some of you will kind of go, whoa, and some of you kind of will go, huh? But anyway, I just thought outside the box just a little bit, and I want to share this with you. I'm so excited. So let's get started. So our first card that I am bringing you is nothing that's done in the middle, but it's something that has to do with 2 flaps. And the flaps just kind of go together. And I just thought that was something a lot like the bottom and the top. And so I just said, we're thinking outside the box on this one, everybody. So here we go. We are using the beautiful, Delightful Wishes. This is such a beautiful stamp set. So it has wonderful stamps. You can see that I've well used these in different types of reds and pinks. But that's just the way it goes. And then for our fabulous wishing, both the delicate and the bold or the background stamp. Then we also use these little stamps, or these little die cuts, I should say. And I think that is everything. On this, we use the wishing. It's probably better if I showed you this way. We used the wishing. We used both of these, stamped off in peach pie, and then I didn't stamp off in this one. I used the leaves, and the leaves are in Mellow Moss. And then the stem that I have here is also done in Espresso, early Espresso. So that's what I did. So, oh my God, I forgot to show you. You guys know I love this paper. Now, this paper is called Floral Delight. All the colors that it coordinates with is right below it. Excuse me. Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lolly, Old Olive, Peach Pie, Pecan Pie, and Pool Party. So it has these absolutely wonderful different designs with flowers on the front and then nice little, I don't know, just designs on the back. Beautiful flowers and designs. I love this. This is just one of my favorite. So we are using today the background here, and that's going to go on the bottom. And remember, everything that I have as far as measurements go will be on my blog. Excuse me, and the blog is ktstamps.com. So this is this part, and then the blue, let me see which one I used for that one. It's one that, here you go. It is this designer paper. This is the back. Absolutely beautiful. I went with this because I just thought that this is stamped directly on it. It is the stem and the leaves. And then I popped everything else up with either glue or with dimensionals down below. All right, so that's how I did that. So those are my 2 my 2 designer series papers. So then, what else do I have? I have Pool Party will be our base. I have the beautiful 2024-2026 in color shimmer gems. And then I have some of these little itty bitty, they're teeny tiny bees. And the bees are right up here, and I have 3 of them. And so I put them on too. So we have those. Those are the bee trinkets. And then everything else, oh, I'm sorry, on my panels that I used, these panels right here, I used the Eyelet 3-day embossing folder on it. And so I just created that. On the inside, I left enough room for you to write whatever you want. All right, so let me get everything out and everything ready. I have a whole bunch of things that are falling all over the place. Oh, and then I have my wonderful Simply Scored, but somewhere, great, I lost my stylus. Now, some of you guys know, and I'm seeing if I can find it right now. Your pick your tool, take your pick tool, also has styluses on it. So you have the big and you have the small. So if you can't seem to find your stylus that belongs with that right now, then find your take your pick tool, and it will help you go ahead and make the folds you need. So our first one's going to be at 2 1/8, and our second one is going to be at 6 3/8. And if I think about it, it is 2 1/8, flip it, rotate it, 2 1/8. So that's what the size is. So I'll move that out of the way, and we can keep going. So now I am going to make sure that I give this a good crease, and I want to make sure that I crease both sides, because I want it to be able to flap back and forth really easily. Then I'm going to do the other side. And it's going to come together, I think they call it a gatefold. So it's going to come together like this. And isn't that interesting? I don't have my inside. Wow! Well, I don't know where that went to. But anyway, we're just going to keep on going, because I have lots to do and another card to do. So we are just getting everything out. Like, I put this on top of the mellow moss, and then I'm just going to take these and put these on the back of my card base. And again, the card base is Pool Party. And again, a dot is a lot. So you want to get them on the side, but you don't want it to be so heavily glued. And then we're just going to add these on here. And then add the other one on. There we go. Now on this, I did more eyeballing than I did stamping. And I'm going to run and get another piece of paper really quickly. I'm coming. Well, when you think you have everything all organized, and of course you don't. So I'm almost ready. All right, so I now have my insert. And I'm just taking my little 1/2 inch and I'm just going to place it on here. And then just add that on the bottom. I like having just a little bit of the white show at the bottom. And then I'm just going to take my regular seal, and I'm not giving it a friend's adhesive, I'm giving it a full adhesive. And then we're just going to put this on the bottom. All right, so now we're going to take this and we're just going to add this to the top. And all I'm going to do is take my bottom piece and add it to the bottom. Now what I'm trying to do is make sure that I'm trying to space these all out so I have the same amount of room in all of them. Okay, so the same amount at the top, the middle, and in the bottom. So I look like I'm there right now. And now I gotta make sure that as much my white is about even. And then I'm taking the trick to find the middle of my card, and I'm just putting this on the bottom. And I'm going to lift it up, and then I'm going to add my adhesive on the side. And then I'm going to take this again, and I'm going to line this middle right up with this edge right here. And then it should be lined up. And then I'm going to take this off. So now when I open it, I should have no glue or adhesive shown on the side. All right, so now I am going to do the exact same thing with this, but this time it's going to be attached to the other side. And you're asking me, Kevon, what are you doing right now? You still have something to put on top of it. I do. And I will put it on top just as soon as I adhere it, because then that's going to be easier. Now for the first time, I put it on the left side. The second one, I'm putting the adhesive on the right side. So you got to make sure that you keep that straight. Okay? And now we are just going to try to space it. And sometimes glue works a little bit better. There we go. So now when we open it, we have a fold that just opens itself right up. I love that. Love that. Okay, so now you can see that I stamped on an angle in Early Espresso, the branch. And then I stamped in Mossy Meadow, the green for the leaves. So now we are going to add this on, and then we're going to decorate it. And this is so much easier to decorate when it is on the card itself. And you want to decorate it just a little so you can get the wishing in. I do not. I'll bring this out so you guys can see what the wishing looks like. All right, so there we go. And as you can see right now, I have tape over top of my dimensionals. So when I lift it up, the backing of the dimensional should lift up with the tape itself. That way I don't get these cute little things all over my house, and they get all over. I don't know, what's been the weirdest place you guys have found these? I have found them at work. I have found them at hotels that I happen to spend a weekend at. It has been amazing where I find these little things. And I'm just tipping this back so I can put these then on the flowers. And all I'm going to start doing is taking these off and just putting them on the flowers. And I will use all the flowers. And I stamped in the pumpkin pie, and when I did the bold flowers, I stamped off. When I did the detailed flowers, I stamped full strength. And you should be able to see that once I get this dimensionals on here. There we go. So our first one then, we are going to take it and we're putting it way up here at the top. And this is what I'm talking about. You can see, let me see if I can focus it. Come on, baby. This is the stamped off, and this is the full strength. Then what I want to do is that I want to put this on, and I'm just going to kind of stick it to the side. And I'm doing it so I also get the leaves involved. So you can see the leaves. Then, I think I'm going to save this one. I'm going to put this one out by the side, and this one over by the side of the leaf. This one I'm saving for over here. Then comes my wishing. And wishing was just stamped in mellow moss. All right, so all I'm going to do is look where I can stick this, and then I want to be able to put this right below it. There we go. It's going to go more this way, and I can pick this one up just a little bit here. I already have dimensionals on the back, and that one was stamped with Pool Party. This is where I'm going to dot, dot, dot. Whoops. And remember, dot, dot, dot is a lot. I love that little saying. I say it to myself all the time because there's times that I dot way too much. All right, so we are going to pick that up. And I think I'm going to go this way. And then we just need to lay it down and let it adhere. Now, whenever you are working with the green glue, Tombow glue, liquid glue, you need to get a glue eraser, because there are times when you get glue all over the place and all you have to do is take your eraser, just like a normal eraser, and just take it off. And it's really easy to do that. Now these I just added on, so these little ones, I'm going to try to put them directly in the garbage, but then again, I always find them. Last night I found one in my bed. Do not know how it got there. That was pretty weird. So now I am just taking this and then just putting that right across, adding my flower at the bottom. So that's what my card looks like right now. I just love this. I think it is kind of a gatefold, and it's just really nice. It's a little crooked, but when have I ever been very straight when I've glued things together? Not very often. All right, so now we are going to take these, and I am going to pull this off and use my little peach pies at the bottom. So I'm just going to stick those in the middle. Here we go. And there we go. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to add one right up. I think I'm going to take a green and add the green right there. So again, I like to do things in odds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've done 7. So now what I'm going to do is just add a couple of bees. And these bees are so sweet. Now I added less on this card, so I added 3 bees. So now I'm just going to add 2 bees, because that will take me up to 9. And I'm just going to figure out where do I want them to be. So I'm going to put one here, and all I'm going to do is put a dot of glue. And then I think I want another one right here close by the flower. And I don't know if you can, whoops, let's bring that in. I don't know if you can see the little dots that I created. Those are going to be where the bees go. And here's the other little bee. And there are my 2 little bees. They're really hard to see. But those are that's my, you know, that is my card. My first card today. I loved it. I just thought that it was so much fun. Really a lot of fun. So I'll let you take a screenshot if you'd like to have one. Otherwise, we're going to keep ourselves going. I love this. All right, so our next card looks like this. I love this. I thought this was beautiful. All my ideas, I just happened to look on the online and find just beautiful ideas. This is what the inside looks like. I didn't want the back of this colored to shine through, so I just added a blue backing on it. Then I have some flowers on the inside and just a note. And I made this wonderful little glob on this, and I just had to change it. So what I used here is the fabulous mixed media florals. Love this. Love this blue, boho blue. And so I use that as the bottom. Again, all the dimensions are on my blog. These are all different colors with all different types of flowers with nice little things that you can. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, got to do something with that. Blacks, you know, we have some Cajun craze, some Calypso coral, our blacks, our greens, our pinks, our poppies. Oh, these are just beautiful. Love this. And then I'm also using part of the suite, which comes with the mixed florals. Hi, Seema. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for your kind comments. So this is the stamp set that I stamped in. And then I used the dies to cut it out with. And you have two sets of dies. One is the great big flower, what are they, like weeds? I don't know what they're called. If you know, Seema, let me know. So I'm using that in the background. And then I'm using this beautiful little, I don't know if it is eucalyptus or a daisy or something, but to me it's just kind of like one of those little pretty little, you know, flowers. And then I have this whole bunch of little wildflowers I'll use for the inside. This is stamped in Boho blue. This is Petal pink, stamped with white. I think it's Whisper White Craft ink. And then I used white embossing powder to put over top of it. This, I needed to get this just a little bit more juicy. And the juicy comes with this being Momento. And then I added some black. Black embossing powder over top of it. Then heat set both of these. Seema, thank you for my nails. They reminded me of old time that I thought this used to be the old nurses' hats were black. And then they had white on the front. And then they had the little cross, but instead I have a little heart. And happy Valentine's Day. Beautiful wildflowers. I know, I agree. I love it. The label is where I got the inside, and that is Petal pink. And then just a note, sometimes you just have to have cards that you can send people that just are very, very nice, easy, some way to say thank you and hi and I miss you and all that stuff. And I miss you. Foliage. That's a good one. The white is the foliage. So this is foliage. Love it. Thank you. And then I also have the Petal pink and white diagonal trim combo pack. So I have that, and we're using the pink. And this is just a half gate. So that's how we're going to put this on. So we're going to get ourselves going. This one turned out a little bit better. I didn't have a great big blue spot here. That'll go on the inside. This is part of just the silhouette. Otherwise, it would be stamped and look a little more like this. So I just put that on the back. And then I have the foliage. I thought I was going to need to do the foliage, put one on front, one on back, but I really didn't need to. My Petal pink ribbon. And then I also have the inside of the card. And it already has the flower stamped in Boho blue. Oops, so I am going to need this. All right, so as we get ourselves started, we're just going to start off with a 1/4 sheet of paper. And we have this insert that will just go on top of it. But before we do that, this is a 1/2 inch scored. So we are going to take our glue and we are going to attach this to the 1/4 piece of cardstock. And we are going to line it up on the bottom and line it up on the side. So I'm just going to press down on it and then press sideways so I make sure that I get it. This is what the back looks like. All right, so then when I open it, this is my little flap. Then we're going to take our insert and we're just going to glue it down. Now, I am not doing a friendship glue on this because it has to make sure that it keeps this flap down. And I got this centered. So all I have to do now is take my Just a Note that I have on the bottom, and I'm just going to adhere it down, put it right in the middle, of the flowers and on the bottom, so it gets covered up, because I really wanted the flowers to show and to look really beautiful. Now, this will go on top, and before we do that, we're going to get out our little pink, and we're going to glue dot it, and you got to make sure that you glue dot on the same side. So I'm going to turn this over and glue dot the other side. And then we are going to stick it right about in the middle of the layer. Okay, so we have, whoops, we did have that. Somewhere I must have taken off the glue dot. Oh, there's the glue dot. There we go. Let me see if it's pretty much in the center. So now all I'm going to do is take my adhesive and make sure that I go over my ribbon so it stays in place. Now, if you don't think you have it, go from your ribbon and go out. Start at your ribbon and out, and make sure you give it that flick so then it doesn't just keep adhesive just flowing out. So there we go. We have this. Now, some of you will wonder, well, this kind of looks like it's pretty loose. It'll get tacked down when we add the flowers to it. All right. Just trying to get this to lay a little flatter. All right, so now we're going to take our flowers, and I have two different types of Stampin' blends. And my blends are both the light boho blue and the dark boho blue. So I'm going to start and just do all the flowers. And they don't all need to be covered. I don't mind having a little bit of white space in it. I think it looks nice. And I'm just using the flare part. And all I'm doing is kind of going around in a circle. And remember, the Stampin' blends will dry light. Now, what I'm going to do on this is I'm just going to add some color on this. And my darker blue will be at the top. And again, I don't want them all the way covered. I love the blue. I love the monochromatic colors. And I just thought that's where I wanted to stay with a little touch of pink. Gotta love pink. Seema, are you ready for Valentine's Day? And how's your family doing? Oh, Florida and the snow. Do you still have snow? What did you think? That had to be like awesome. So now I am just going back and just dotting all the black holes with some dark boho blue. And that's all I'm really going to do with the two different colors and have them match. And then I am just going to blend the colors together. And they're mostly going to be blended towards the top. And thank you, you guys, for people who like my posts. You subscribe to me on YouTube. I love that. I really appreciate you letting me know how much you enjoy what I'm doing. I like people who write to me and tell me that my card got them through in a pinch when they needed to case something. Love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That means the world to me. Now I'm going to bring back in my light and just kind of blend these just a little bit more. And it's mostly just blending the bottom part of the darker blue with the lighter blue. Giving it just a little more color to it. And I think I missed this. I will add that. And down here at the bottom, I'm going to add some of our Wink of Stella, which will also give it just a little bit of a shine. Love sparkle. If you don't know me, I'm a sparkly girl. I love that. And I think there we go. And again, you'll be able to see the colors blend just a little more as it dries. So that's all I'm going to do. It's so nice, so easy. I like this card a lot. Makes me feel good. Oh, I'm so glad that your family's doing well. Sandy and the kitties are doing awesome. And, I love the fact that you're going to fly a kite in balloons. Awesome. Have fun, Seema. Have fun. I love that. All right, so I'm just going to put this here and I'm just going to measure it on my card. I'm going to lift this up just a little bit more. And then what I'm going to do is turn it over and add some glue. And when I add some glue, you guys will be able to see that I'm just going to lift this and add some stripes of glue. And then I'm going to just put this back down because I do want it to float a little bit. And to float means that I have flowers and foliage loose for it just to be. There we go. So this is what we got. And then we're gonna turn this over. And we're gonna just put this on the back, but I'm gonna off-center it. So then it looks nice. It looks easy. It looks like we've planned this out. And again, I am not putting very much on this because I want it to float out towards the side. So this is what it's looking like. So when you look at it, you're gonna see some of the blue shining through. And now why I have it on my silicone pad, remember the silicone pad is here that if you get glue or tape on this, it won't stick to your cards. So it's fabulous to have that. And now I'm just taking my Wink of Stella and I'm coloring in all the flowers. And with the, I don't know, daisies or the eucalyptus flower, I did the head of the flower, and then otherwise all I'm doing is where the color is. So where my boho blue is. That's all I'm doing, making sure that the blue flowers sparkle. And so does my, look at that shimmer. Isn't that beautiful? Wow, I love this. It's just so much fun. You know, Seema, the cats are doing great. They're getting older, and as they get older, they are getting a little more grouchy. So Apollo is spending his time chasing CT and just making CT's life awful. So now I'm going to take my Post-it and I'm just going to line it up with the top of my blue. So you can see right now that I should be able to open this. When I pull it off, I just have to remember that I did this wrong, number one. And number two is I only go up to where the Post-it begins. And that's all I'm going to adhere to the card. Remember the dot, dot, dot is going to come in play right now. So you don't want lots. All right. So then I have done that. So now I'm going to take my Post-it again and I am going to line this up. I gotta make sure I'm in the middle. There we go. Let's bring it up this way. There we go. So then I have a little bit right here on the side. Got a little bit excited. I knew I did when I did it. But I just take my eraser and it just erases right off. So now I have taken my Rhinestone Basic Jewels. I colored them with a Boho blue. Okay, Stampin' markers, or Stampin', I should say Stampin' blends. And then I'm just going to bring in my tweezers and I am going to add some of these beautiful jewels onto the card. Now, when I do these, I like to make triangles. So then they're like little triangles that I am creating. So everybody has a triangle. Oops. And then I have one more to put on. Now these are the jewels that Stampin' Up! Had a million years ago. And not a million, but way back, at least, you know, since I've started 20 years ago. And I have been trying to use them up because I tell you, I bought over like 25, 30 of these because they were on the last chance, and they were just so cheap, and I just went for it. And now I just am trying to use it. I think I have maybe 8 left out of all of these, but I usually use them off camera so people don't always know, but I decided now, why not? So now I'm going to take my little pink ribbon and I'm just going to stick it right in the middle so it looks like I'm at the bottom of my plant right in here. You know, I think it is part of the kitty's nature to do that. And I don't know if that's just the difference between male and female kitties. Love them both. And they are aging, so I really want to be aware of that too. How's your baby doing? You have a little puppy. How is it doing? All right, guys. That was my last card. What do you think? Do you like what I did? Do you like the way that the cards changed? I'm moving all this out of the way, so if you need to take a picture, you can. So that is that, and then I have these that I created. Put a little like this. I could probably go a little more this way. There you go. So you could see them. I love them. They're fun cards for me. So remember, we have last chance going on. Please log in to my website, KT Stamps, at ktstamps.com, and you can find the last chance. We have great new mini catalog coming out online. Oh my God, the online store is coming out with some incredible, beautiful stamps. It's coming out March 3rd. You want to make sure that you get ready for that. It's going to be a great, great, great time. And kits, oh God, guys, if you just want to sit back, have everything supplied for you, kits are the way to go. And we have some beautiful kits that are out there. So please make sure that you take time to take a look at these beautiful kits we have going on. These are the cards that we created today. And I hope that you guys all have a really happy Valentine's Day. Please make sure that you get your cards out. Let people know that you're thinking about them. I'm a little bit late on my cards, but I know they're coming. And I will see you next time, next Wednesday, on www.ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. I love you guys. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Take care. And Seema, I love you. That is just so incredible. I love it when you drop in and see me. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.